Hi everyone, this week I'm going to give a review of the Aquarian Tarot in a tin. People often say they're excited these days, don't they? You know, I'm so excited to be in this new job. But a lot of the time they're just saying it because we're all meant to be excited all the time, aren't we? And, you know, if one wasn't excited to be in the new job or to be in the project or to be at the event, then one wouldn't really be, you know, it would be frowned upon, wouldn't it? But I really am excited about this because this is the Aquarian Tarot in a tin. The Aquarian Tarot is the tarot that I learnt tarot with and I have immense affection for. I got the Aquarian Tarot first when I was probably 19 and when I didn't really know the difference between a good tarot and a bad tarot. So I think the Aquarian Tarot it's a little dodgy in some respects, but for me it's beyond criticism because it's got so much magic, so much emotion imbued into it because of my experiences. So let's have a look. Here it is in its tin. And I'm also going to compare it to my old one from the 90s. Here's a gorgeous little book that you probably don't need. Nevertheless, thank you for the book. US Game Systems made in China. I like these tins. Because, you know, you can take it on holiday, can't you? And here it is. It's got the back. It's got the back that it used to have. We shall compare that to the original. We'll compare the colours in a second. Wow, I am so excited. I'm really excited because I prefer bridge-size cards to tarot-size cards. I want a comfortable life these days, don't I? Because I'm a bit mature these days, and I don't want to be fussing with, you know, big old tarot cards that you can hardly pick up. I like these, look. Hand size, bite size, aren't they? So there's a nice little card there, a David Palladini card, and then we have the deck itself. First impressions, it's pretty nice. I mean, I guess it's the same. It's a parallel production to the Morgan Greer in a tin. It's fairly meticulous and it's fairly good quality. So it's one of US Game Systems' better quality productions, I would say. Without comparing it to the original, I'm feeling that the colours are quite good. I'll flip through the whole thing for you later. But let's put that there, and then, with great ceremony, let's open this box and see the original. Now, when I was a kid, so you can't even open the box, can you? That's the thing about putting it in a magic box. How can you get it out? There. When I was a teenager, people said, "Oh, Robert, you have to keep your tarot cards wrapped up in a nice bit of cloth." And, you know, I'm being a bit facetious. I can see the point of that. It is magical. It does create a ritualistic atmosphere. But the problem with keeping your tarot cards in a nice bit of cloth, and this isn't particularly nice, it's temporary, is that you lose the box. And I think that's actually a disaster. So I think on balance, I would advise against keeping your tarot cards in a bit of cloth, or, you know, in a lovely box that someone gave you like that. I'm not convinced. Because look, I got this online a year or two ago, Morgan Greer, and this is an original, and I was absolutely thrilled. It didn't break the bank. It's an original probably from about 1981 or something, and there are the cards, and there's the box. And you know, the cards fit into the box. Penis fits vagina, cards fit box. and those are going to stay with each other for the rest of their lives. And this deck, and my Rider-Waite-Smith deck from the 90s, the box is gone. I must have thrown it out in the rubbish, ladies and gentlemen, in 1979. So I regret that. But let's have a look at the original and the modern copy. Okay, so the back's less nice, isn't it? The back's less nice because the colours are much less intense. And these are colours are 79, 89, 99, 01, 19. They're only 45 years old, and they still are gorgeous in terms of colour, at least that back is. And this is actually almost pastel, and it's not borderless. So -1 point there for the back. And at this point, I would just like to compare, look, here's Morgan Greer Tarot in a Tin, which I liked very much. And weirdly enough, this is one of my big hit videos, my review of Morgan Greer Tarot in a Tin. I have no idea why. I liked the Morgan Greer Tarot in a Tin. I found the colours pretty good, a bit brighter, because the Morgan Greer itself, even though it's so jolly, the colours can be slightly gloomy. I never did this before, but maybe I should have, just to compare that. You can see actually that the modern Morgan Greer in a Tin, the back is a bit crap, but the inside is the inside colours are very good. They're comparable, and they're slightly brighter, slightly lighter, which I like very much. So let's see, maybe it's just these tinned tarots have got bad backs. We shall see. I think let's just flip through, shall we? Otherwise, we'll be here till Christmas. There we go. They seem very nice. The colours seem pretty much exactly like I would remember them. Let's just look at a couple of major arcana cards. There's something that's bothering me. I'll tell you what's bothering me. I am very, very hard to please, aren't I? Something's bothering me. Can you guess what it is? Well, it's that the framing has been changed. And I guess it's thought to be an improvement. This part here is less than it was here. I mean, it could be that the dimensions of the cards are different. The image itself is the same, but it seems that there's quite a lot more down here. So, it's amazing how quickly I notice stuff like that, isn't it? Because I'm so hard to please. And what I suppose I could say in passing that that these major arcana images in the Aquarian are very crazy. But I think what I might do is I might make a video comparing the Morgan Greer and the Aquarian in terms of two, groundbreaking and slightly crazy 70s decks. Because I think they both are mad in different ways. I feel this is quite close to the original. It's not. I'm feeling the colours are pretty good, and the cardstock is pretty good. So I'm quite happy with what's happening at the moment. And I think I probably will use these because they're a good size and they're in a tin, aren't they? Oh, and here we are. Wow. Some tarotiste stepped in and told them to put the Fool after the World. Very high class. And I think what I was really hoping for was that this reprint would have a nice purple colour for the swords, and it does. So no tears there. Even though the court cards, court cards in the Aquarian Tarot are pretty dodgy, aren't they, in a way? They look gorgeous, but I mean, what's to tell the difference between the knight and the page? One says knight and one says page, but knight doesn't have a horse, and page isn't actually doing anything very page-like. Gosh. I've stopped being nice, haven't I, ladies and gentlemen? I've stopped being polite somehow. I think these look great. So, you know, hats off, frankly. I mean, the thing is that, dodgy though they are, these cards made me realise that I could read tarot cards. There is something about them. I mean, I like it that there's a lot of empty space in these cards. They're not fussy. They're quite similar in terms of, you know, the iconic sort of design. They're quite similar in feel, I think, to Pamela's, even though, you know, the world is very different. The design sense is different. But they leave space. And the later David Palladini deck, the new Palladini Tarot, doesn't leave space. King of Cups, love it. Queen of Cups, love it. Knight of Cups, love it. Page of Cups, that's a better knight and page, isn't it? In this deck. But I'm not reviewing the deck, I'm reviewing the production. And I think with these minor arcana cards, they do fit. I'm not disturbed by the way they fit onto the card. They're fine. It's quite nice to see it sort of scrubbed clean, because my old deck is, you know, a bit, it's got a patina on it, hasn't it? I think that's the technical term. It's a bit brown around the edges. So it's quite thrilling to see these yellows and pinks really popping against the white. But I am noticing, you know, I'm going to, at the end of this flip through, I'm going to show you, I'm going to compare again the old and the new, and you will see that there is less intensity. But I mean, I like these colours. They're not as good as the old colours, but I like them. They're not quite as good. That is a great Knight of Pentacles. And that's a better page. I think the swords are a bit dodgy in this deck. The deck has quite a good colour scheme. I don't think colour schemes should be, you know, rigidly enforced in tarot decks. You know, each suit with a rigidly enforced colour scheme. I think tarot is more interesting than that. But if you have to have a colour scheme, this is one of the nicest ones. And look, it's not rigid, is it? Because the pentacles do change colour. 3, the 2, the ace. Okay, very good. So I'm on their side. I'm not really moaning and groaning, but let's just compare a few more. So that's not bad, is it, for a modern thing? A modern digital thing produced for a couple of pennies. But this is from the last century. It's analog. It's real printing, whatever real means, and it's better if you just look at the intensity of the heart in both those. That's one of my favourite images. It's not bad here, is it? And here you can see the white has faded over the years. The blue is more intense. Now in the Morgan Greer here, in this one, I felt that this reprint had actually really helped because they had turned up the brightness. And Morgan Greer can be a bit gloomy, and it's not meant to be, is it? It's meant to be a jolly tarot. But I thought this was a fantastic project. And here, let's just compare those two. And that's very nice. But this, look at the way those reds really pop out of the card. You can really feel the warmth. That is better. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the fairly nice Aquarian Tarot in a tin. It's not expensive, it's current, it's out there, and I think that if you like tinned things, and if you like bridge-sized cards, and if you like the Aquarian Tarot but can't get your hands on an original, then that's a pretty good deal. Let me know if you have anything to say about the Aquarian Tarot in a tin, and I'll see you next week. Bye. If you've enjoyed this video, you might like to consider subscribing to my channel. It makes a difference. Thank you.